macht man das? Mash up the place. Macht man das? Mash up the place.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. My music was a little slow to catch up, but hello, and welcome to Wacom Experience Center. But I'm not as beautiful as Christopher, or as amazing as Megan, or as cool as Carter, but I'm your host, ToddHoppArt, in the Artist Takeover for today. So, I'm Todd, or ToddHoppArt. I go by he and him. I am a storyboard artist that works here in LA in animation as in drawing cartoons, essentially. So thank you for joining us, and welcome to the mashup stream. Thank you. Big shout out to Wacom Experience Center for this opportunity. It's really exciting to be with all of you. I'm so excited to see everybody in chat. It's just... Oh, well, it looks like we have a hydrate for the first time. Let's hail some hydrate. It's payback, huh, Christopher? Yeah. All the hydrates. So I always, whenever I enter a stream, I always end up doing a hail hydrate. So now everyone's getting me back. Oh my goodness. It's great to see everyone. Thank you for being here. This is super exciting. So, before we get started, let's address the elephant in the room. It's something about me, something a little weird and different. How does my hair get so good, right? No, that's not really the question. Why am I a floating head? Well, it's because I'm wearing green, because, we all have green on today, because it's St. Patty's Day. But of course, I don't want to get pinched, so I'm wearing green, but now I'm a floating head. Oh, thank you, Megan. Thank you. Thank you, Fro. Oh my goodness, it's great to see everybody. It's so cool. So, well, with that started up, shall we get started and get some drawing done? It's great to see everybody. I hope you're all doing well. It's hump day. I hope we all can... So far, we've made it through the week. It's the middle of the way. We're almost there. You all have almost made it. So, I saw some of you like that Rockman song music I was playing. It's from Game Shop's, their remix album from Mega Man's series. So, what do you say we go back to some of that? Because that was some pretty fun jams right there. Hey, Greg, great to see you. Kyle, you're here too. Floating heads on St. Patty's Day, exactly. Well then, so make sure you raise your glasses and drink whatever you have. Hopefully you have something good for St. Patty's Day. And let's get started doing some drawing. So in the spirit of St. Patty's Day, I figured I would do something a little more festive than just what I usually draw on the ToddHoppArt channel. So let me introduce you to some of our characters. Oop, let me turn this layer off. So we have our three kids. So here's the story. It's hard to concentrate with that amazing music in the background. Hey, Jello, great to see you. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Wacom stream. Now, remember, you can redeem points and do stuff now. Wow, it's amazing to have that affiliate, power. The power. It's in my hands now. Now y'all can mess with me like you've always wanted to. But anyway, here we are. For our stream today, we'll be drawing these three kids. Now, what have these three kids done? What's their story? What are they doing here? And why is Todd drawing them for St. Patty's Day? Well, these kids decided to go on a little bit of a raid. They heard that a leprechaun was hiding in the hills. And what do leprechauns have? Well, a pot of gold, of course. And so what kid wouldn't want to do that? And if we all know from the Lucky Charms commercials, leprechauns are super cool with you stealing their gold and their hearts, stars, and horseshoes, clovers, and blue moons. Am I right? Right, everyone? Lucky Charms. No, yeah, welcome, you're right, too. It's Lucky Charms. That's what it's taught us. Their gold is just filled with Lucky Charms. Hey, Lorenzo, great to see you. Straight from Dublin. Wow, what a treat. They're so cool with theft. I know, right? Well, so growing up that way, we think that, it's okay to take from our fellow leprechauns. Well, I think our characters are going to learn something a little different this time and realize that trying to take a leprechaun's gold is not the best thing. So we're going to be working on some kids trying to take the gold back and, I guess win the gold. I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to say there. But anyway, so this is what we'll be working on. We're going to start inking. Our characters are trying to, they rated the gold because the legends are true. But this ain't your regular old tiny little leprechaun. No, he ain't nice and be like, oh, heart stars and horseshoes, kitties. This is like an orc style, like ogre style leprechaun. He ain't happy. Teeth just hurt thinking about how wonderful sugar for breakfast. I know, right? That's sugar. Hey, Mega Motion, great to see you. The backstory to these characters. Thank you. Leprechaun troll, exactly, Carter. All right, let's get going. Let's just start doing some inking. Got a lot of work to do here. So let me pull up my draw over canvas. And I'll do the foreground cleaning first. Let me grab a good brush. While I'm getting my brush, we all have to discuss something interesting. VTubers, they're showing their feet. It's a new thing, apparently. Apparently, it started out with someone saying on Twitter, of course, like, what doesn't start on Twitter? But someone was saying that, because they always see the upper body of a VTuber, but they've never seen the lower body. So, of course, this ignited, entire things. But not every VTuber looks the same. So there's feet. Some people have armored feet. Some people have scales, animal feet, tails even. The craziest thing. It's the craziest thing. First of all, VTubers was, I don't know, maybe I'm too old. I have not done VTubing is the funniest thing to me. It's interesting and cool. And I think that people can do it. That's really exciting. How you have like that cool puppet going. So we're gonna try to quick ink right here. A mecha-chun, right? Yeah, exactly. A mecha-chun. Yes, Megan, exactly. Actually, yeah, Carter, mechanical leprechaun. That would be amazing for the next stream. I would be into that. Oh, hey, Alex, great to see you. Good to see you here. You see the feet here. Let's see the feet here for cheese. Yeah. Oh, have I set a precedent now? Well, we have to show feet. Oh, VTubing? Oh, you're so far in the rabbit hole of VTubers, there's no light. Oh my gosh, Alex. No, Megan, VTubing is essentially, you know how I'm right here as this image? Image in my camera. Instead of doing a live camera and showing your face, if you don't want to show your face, which is perfectly cool, instead you have either a puppeted cartoon, kind of like Cartoon Katie has done it, where it starts talking when you talk, but a lot of times there's CG even, and so you can, what is it called? Essentially have it mimic what you're doing. So if you tilt your head, it will tilt its head. But you can essentially be whatever character you want, or your own like OC as well. Is that pretty much it, Alex? Did I get it right? Oh, there's full body ones? I've never seen a full body one, Alex. Yeah, it's kind of cool. But I think, hasn't there been a big like uproar about it where one of the biggest VTubers is getting sued by one of the, because there's someone who actually makes the rigs and the designs for the VTube avatar. And I think, isn't there one of the big VTubers is having a battle, like a custody battle or of the VTuber's persona because the artist or creator is trying to own it, even though I think they sold it to them for all the rights, not just to some. That's always the big important thing about having those contracts, is it protects you and yourself, and possibly your dog too, or cat if you have a cat. Oh, is it already cleared up? Okay. Project Melody, that's right. Todd is secretly a hyper-realistic VTuber. That's why you're really here? Oh, we're all in the Matrix. Reality's just a construct. Little did you know, I'm actually just an anime character come to life. That is essentially all I am. If I can be a spiky-haired anime protagonist, then that's a great reality right there. So another big part of the news was that cons are coming back. I just saw that Gen Con is going to be live again this year. That's incredibly exciting. So I guess like a lot of the cons, something like Anime Expo here in LA was canceled, but that's probably too close because I don't think they'll get vaccines out in time for Anime Expo, which is a bit of a bummer because it was going to be its 30th anniversary. But I mean, I prefer safety over coronavirus. That's just me. But the fact that other cons in around September are coming back is pretty exciting. I miss cons like crazy. Big time. Yeah, Anime Expo is... Oh, so you've gone to Anime Expo, Megan? It is still in July. Yeah, it's 4th of July weekend. And it's pretty crazy. I mean, I think it's... There's one on the East Coast. There's Otakon, and there's Anime Expo. But I think AX is bigger than... I think AX is the biggest one in the U.S., and Otakon is the second biggest, but the biggest on the East Coast. I could be wrong. Do we have any East Coasters around here? Oh, Katie, you would know about it. You went to Otakon, right? Yeah, Rose City. That's cool. You said that was coming back. Canada Day Festival was supposed to have a 75th year last year. Oh, wow. That's a bummer. Mouse, you go to Anime Expo? Oh, you went the year of the earthquake. Wasn't that 2019? Or was that, it wouldn't be 2020, obviously. I was so bummed. I was actually going to, I have never cosplayed ever. And I was finally going to cosplay in 2020. I even do a group cosplay with my buddy. Of course, the one year we want to do it, we have this all set up. My buddy was going to come out from the East Coast. We were going to do it. Like, we planned all these things we were going to do in LA, and then, nope. Of course. 2020 had something else to say about it. You all know how that goes. I want her to look more worried for her friends. They're trying to buy her time to escape. She's got to get out of here with those lucky charms. Man, so I'm a huge Sonic the Hedgehog fan, but my second, I guess, loved character is Mega Man, and I love Sonic music. I think Sonic music is top tier, but Mega Man sure gives it a run for its money. And when I discovered that Game Shops had this remix, it kind of blew my mind. I've been digging it big time. Mega dig, I guess. See, Mega dig makes it sound like it's a bad thing. Like, ooh, that was a Mega dig, bro. It's like, oh man, I can't believe that Mega dig totally got me. I don't know why I went to like a broy voice for that. Oh, it was 2019. Okay. Todd Sonic 2021. Katie redeemed a mustache. Okay. All right. Well, I haven't gotten to the leprechaun yet, but this leprechaun's going to have one fluffy of a mustache. And also, you can feel free to redeem fireside chats as well. Don't feel bad about redeeming. Not who did you expect? Who did you expect? Waiting for Capcom to make a Sonic game. They made a new best Zelda game. Oh yeah, you're right, Mega Motion. They did make a good Zelda game. Yeah, they should. Pretty much anybody but Sega make a good Sonic game. Oh, Cartoon Katie requested a fireside chat. Okay. All right, well, we got to go to fireside chat then. Here we go. All right, we got to have an abrupt music ending. Here we go. All right, I'll see you all at the fireside chat. So, I mean, it looks kind of weird with me kind of green screened out and my fire's in the way. Welcome to the fireside chat with your host, ToddHoppArt. Now, see, today at the fireside chat, we have a little limerick I'd like to share with all of you. There once was a boy named Jack, who was great at baseball and could hit a ball with a whack. One day on a dare, he tried the balance beam, which was harder than it seemed, and now it is children he will lack. And there's your fireside story. Thank you for coming to the Floating Head Fireside. Oh, that's the new one. The Floating Head Fireside. Good, I'm glad you enjoy my Floating Head Fireside. On St. Paddy's Day. Unfortunately, my microphone is in the way, so you can't see the beautiful fire. There we go. There we go. There's the fire. Oh, it's burning me. It's too close. So, I hope all of you can tell me. So I can't speak with this in my mouth. You should all tell me all your exciting limericks or your stories here at the fireside. I always love having you all here. But shall we get back to some drawing now? Whoa, man, what a fireside that was. That was so exciting. Holy smokes. Can you believe it? That was crazy. Whew. That was a good fireside, y'all. As impeccable impression. Mega Motion, you're too kind. You're too charitable. That was a horrible impression. But I appreciate that. I appreciate the consolation. Oh my goodness. Oh, hey Weasel, welcome. Great to see you. Welcome to the Wacom Takeover. Artist Takeover, sorry of welcome. Oh yeah, that was all Wacom. All the graphics and designs were done by Wacom. They pulled out all the stops. Got some incredibly talented artists over there. Megan, Christopher, and Carter. Y'all do some solid work. So, what I've been speaking of conventions and everything, just to kind of get us you know, back in the mood of thinking about conventions or, you know, social gatherings in general, what have been some of your, like, good or best experiences, and what have been your worst experiences, which I think sometimes are funnier, your worst experiences at conventions? And it could be any convention. It doesn't have to be an anime convention or a Comic-Con or anything. Like, what has been, like, your best experience? I'd love to know yours, because I've had a couple, and they've been all pretty fun. Literally, as I wanted to go to all the conventions I wanted to, I wanted to go to PAX Prime, or is it PAX West now? I can't remember. The original PAX, that's in Seattle. The year I wanted to go there, I was going to cosplay in Anime Expo. That was the 2020 year, of course. So, what are all of your all's experiences? I'd love to know. Specifically the worst ones, because sometimes they're the funny ones. Or they're heartbreaking, actually, because then, like, you meet your hero, and you realize they're a jerk, and then you're like, I'm never going to go to a convention ever again. All right, for speed's sake, I think she's done. You know what, let's do a quick tweak. Oops. There we go. Perfect. Cool. So now we're leading the eye with some of these, just having the stuff falling out. Of course, she's losing everything, which is a little bit of a bummer, but these help kind of lead the eye to what is, I mean, she's looking, and then, of course, what is she running away from? So it's all drawing our eye. I keep waving my hand like you can see what I'm drawing. Sorry. This is ideally like, it's drawing our eye to what is going on back there, and what's the craziness right there. So that's why I have her turning back. Also, it's more interesting, composition-wise, or character-wise, is when you have the three movable masses, the head, the chest, and the hips. When you have them all pointing different directions, it creates a more interesting pose for your characters. And then you have, like, the spine twisting like that. So that's partly why I have the character as she is, because it creates more of an interesting look. Like, she's running away but looking back. It gives it that whole, like, oh no, I hope my friends are okay type feel. She's totally worried about her friends because they're buying her time to get away with their gold. What am I cosplaying as next con? As Joker from Persona. Because I don't have to dye my hair at all. That's really the biggest reason why. Oh, Lacey, you want to go to a con? You should go to a con. I think there's some around you that are pretty big, actually. Alex, you haven't gone to a con? I'm surprised. We got to get you to a con, Alex. You have so many con stories, it's really difficult to pick one. I know, right? Yeah. Once you've experienced as Cartoon Katie going to cons, all the experiences are good experiences. I'm just giving you a hard time, Katie. I just discovered this album, so I'm totally really digging it. The digs are high. Do you love these illustration tips? Oh, good. Thank you. I'm glad. That's a good one. I actually have only been one con you dressed up for it. And it's from... Oh, you did Mega Motion. You did Joker, too. Oh, awesome. Hey, send me a picture in Discord. I'll take some tips from you. Or maybe she's backstabbing them, and the gold is all hers. That's it, Alex. She's stealing all the gold from him. All right, I'm gonna make a new layer, and I'll work top to bottom. So I'm trying to keep it dynamic with them, and so another a good way to keep dynamism and excitement is just keeping the flow. So with this girl, I have her coat flying to the side and then coming out here. It's just, echoing that feel that, and it kind of reinforces the what's it called? I'm totally blanking on my terms now, but it's essentially see here, her chest is going down this way, her hips are going out this way, and then her head is essentially pointing this way. So it creates that everything is going out and dynamically, and all of her movable masses are essentially pointing in different directions, creating this dynamic flow for the character. And then, of course, her line of action, that's it. The clothes help emphasize what's called her line of action. Everybody, when they move, when you have an action, usually your body follows, it's usually your spine and like your, is your line of action, is a good way to think about it. But it's where your whole body is moving. And it creates that dynamic flow. And the rest of the body usually follows that. Like her arms, her shoulders are going up like this, echoing that feel. Having the clothes kind of curve and echo and just exaggerate that feel of the curve just helps like punch it up and gives you that like, ooh, that movement that you don't get, or that it's hard to achieve in a still drawing. And then having like the leg kick up, I actually would fix her foot and have it go out like that. So that, and see, this foot is following the dynamic action. In fact, I would even like emphasize like her clothes moving, her cuffs going outward like that. So everything is going this way with her because she's being flung back. Even her hair kind of has that sense. So giving that like, it's just trying to emphasize you want to build all of that build off of that line of action to just retain that energy and that dynamism as much as possible. So that's the goal with trying that here. And then trying to retain that in your inks is always usually one of my weaknesses. So I try to work almost fast and loose. And actually, when I'm inking, I actually overshoot. So I'll actually overshoot like that and then just go in. You may have seen me doing it before. And then I erase like at the corners. So I'll show you what I mean. So I want to keep her like her body moving like this. And then this, her shirt would be around her body like that. So then I'd erase all that. All good tips. Oh, good, Jess. Hey, Jess, great to see you. Thanks for joining. Great to see you on the Artist Takeover. Get your coffee or whatever drink you're drinking for St. Paddy's Day and raise a glass. I hope all of you are having a good St. Paddy's Day. Sometimes it gets a little tough. And a little bit of a cheat, like here's a big brain thing for you. So if I have overlapping things like this shirt or jacket, and I'm like, see how that line was really close to that? So instead of doing it on one layer, I'll make a new layer. This is big brain mode here. It's not really. I just am pretending I'm big brain. Go up here and overshoot as much as you want, and then go to the layer below. Oh, look at that beautiful clean erase. Yeah, I know it's genius, isn't it? It's not really. Don't listen to me. And then you just merge the layer back, and boom, you have a solid, pristine line ready for you to go. All this and more at the ToddHoppArt Art Tips. We just big brained it all day. Anyway, sorry. Don't just forget about me. Just enjoy the beautiful Mega Man music. Ignore my silliness. And see, also, another thing is with dynamic poses is usually straights, they're like very horizontal, horizontal and vertical lines are usually more peaceful, I guess you could say. They're more harmonious. You see buildings are straight up and down. It's very strong, but it's very at peace. It's like doesn't feel as dynamic. If you want to keep things dynamic, work with diagonals. A triangle is more dynamic than a square. So what I'm doing here is to emphasize her movement. I'm adding these, let me go red real quick. I'm adding these dynamic like angles to her pants. Even like a triangle right there, just to add that push. Like, see, this is a triangle right here. This is actually just a giant triangle going upwards like that. So those little tips, like making angles, will just create things make things more interesting. Like this face right here. If I had her face straight on, I mean, it would work, but what makes it so interesting and dynamic is when her face is angled, it looks like you're about to topple over. It feels unbalanced almost. And so that's where it's like you get that sense of suspension. Hey, Marm, good to see you. Welcome to the Wacom stream. No drink, still at work. No, that's good. Get drink of water. Yeah, stay hydrated then. Great to see you, Marm. Thanks for coming. I gotta catch up and chat. Holy smokes. You have a problem with your cartoons looking too 2D. That's what. That's a way to make them. What's a way to make them look more lively? Essentially, I mean, yeah, you can go to the Discord, like Christopher said right there. But at least to make them feel more like dimensional, it's understanding. Because it's all technically 2D. Everything when you're working in the drawing space is 2D. But one of the things that helps is, so you can draw very graphic characters like Dexter's Laboratory, if any of you remember that old cartoon. It's very flat, very graphic. The more flat like shapes you use, the flatter it's going to feel and look. Because like Dexter, he's very straight like that. It's all just like flat triangle shapes. If you want to add a sense of depth to your characters, so a triangle is very flat, but a cone has that dimension. See how this just goes straight across, but then this goes outward. It almost looks like it's going towards you. And then a lot of it's also lighting. Lighting plays a big role as well. So like, this is flat colors, so it's hard to express that. But when you have a strong like shadow here, and then what you have is something called reflected light coming in right here, and then you have a highlight coming in right here. Let's use yellow for a highlight. Or green, whichever. You have a highlight. It creates that sense that like the light is wrapping around the form. And that's one way to add like a sense of depth to your 2D characters. Because it's all really an illusion. We're drawing an illusion that it's depth. And also line is even an illusion. Like all the line art I'm doing, line art is actually just it's a simplified version of how we see the shadow around a figure. When you look around like any kind of part of the human body, you see there's like this dark line right here. That's just a shadow, and actually there's actually rim lighting behind it, which realistically you'll see. To simplify it though, we simplify it to a straight black line because we don't see things in line art in the world. But that's an expression of the shadow essentially in reality. But it has to be simplified so that it's easier to draw or understand. I don't know if that helps answer your question. I am so behind in chat. Going to call a sweet, sweet vaccine now. That's a good name for it. If you tips, please press 1 or 2 if you drew on the wrong layer, +3 to stay calm. Yeah. That's right, Mouse. Exactly. Sweet, sweet vaccine. Oh, the triangle tip. Okay, cool. Okay, does it make sense? Hey, Jello, welcome back. Great to see you. How's the stream going? Oh, thank you. It's going good. For those of you just joining, Marm and a couple others, we are drawing some of our characters. Our kids are, let me introduce you to our characters real quick. Our kids are trying to steal treasure from Leprechaun. So trying to get through all the inks for the characters as they're trying to escape, because they thought it'd be like Lucky Charms, where it's a happy little leprechaun, but really this is not a happy little leprechaun. This is a ogre-style leprechaun who is angry that they're stealing his gold. So the two friends are trying to hold him back while their other friend can escape with the gold for them, and they'll rendezvous later. So it's like Lucky Charms gone wrong, essentially. Oh, you love Dexter's Lab. Perfect. Great, Marm. Yeah, I love Dexter's Lab, too. That's one of my favorites. Sorry, I'm so behind in chat. Wow. I've been talking too much. And Twisted redeemed a Hydrate. And then Katie redeemed a Hydrate. So here's one for Twisted. And here's the second one. Y'all are going to abuse that. You feel like you're at a rave? Good, Katie. Is it too early to dance? It's never too early to dance, Katie. Oh, and then Alex just redeemed a Hydrate. Y'all are gonna have to make me go to the bathroom. Oh yes, Marm. Yes, I had to wear green today because I don't want to get pinched. But of course, now I'm just a floating head. So let's see. Where was I before I started gabbing? So, I'm actually going to bring her foot up. One of the interesting things, like going back to cons, I remember at Anime Expo they actually have sets at Anime Expo for cosplayers. I had no idea this existed. I don't know if it's at any other con. Maybe it's just because it's a bigger con, but they have sets. Like they have a classroom set. They have an outdoor Japanese garden set. Like actual, like big sets for you to take photo shoots in. It's crazy. Because the funny thing is, I always hang out in Artist Alley or the dealer's room and made my wallet hate me. Or the gaming hall, too, where I just played lots of games. You know, played lots of gaming. That's great wording right there. So, what's funny, whenever I draw characters, their shoes end up just being Chucks. I don't know why. I think Chucks are the easiest like style of shoes to draw. And I prefer them. It's what the kids are wearing today, isn't it? So see, Lacey, if you what I did there was this is really flat. So what I'm doing is I'm going back and see how one side's longer than the other. Like this is like essentially the lace part of your shoe. So if you see when it's flat, it's more even. So like how it is right here. But if I was to turn it in space and just look at a real shoe and turn it in space, if you see it, to add that dimensional feel to it, when you turn it in space, you start seeing the bottom of the shoe, and you'll see like only one of the sides of the what's it called, the laces, and then you see more of the side right here, and then the bit of the top. So learning how to draw it in rotation and perspective adds a big aspect to how dimensionally your art will look. Oh, the photo shoot displays at Anime Expo was insane. Yeah, right? Your booth was super close to them in the entertainment hall. Oh, no way. That's cool, Megan. So then did you get some cool photo shoots in a Japanese garden or a Japanese school room? Slip-ons, right? Yeah, slip-ons. That's why they're so easy. What is it? Twisted, did you say? You're making me miss Kumo now? What's Kumo? This ain't no kid, but I just bought some new high tops. Chucks. Oh, really? I tried high tops. Oh, you have some photos somewhere. All right, Megan. I look forward to it. I tried high tops because I normally go low tops. But they're all the tops, aren't they? There you go. See, I had to throw a pun in there at some point. It wouldn't be a Todd stream without a pun. That's another thing on the if you haven't been to the ToddHoppArt stream, there are. Would I dare to say too many puns? I mean, I certainly love them anyway. They're all puns are just punny. My favorite though is I always like to say I like to get punished. Pun. There's that big brain stuff. I'm sorry. Are we losing viewers now because of those horrible puns? They're punderful. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Mouse. So yeah, drop the brush down more. Suddenly the Wacom Experience Center has lost follows because Todd used way too many puns on stream. It's like you give me an inch and I take a mile with them. So, I don't know if any of you are actually for this next topic I should change musics. Illustration. Oh, the illustration's charming. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Christopher. I appreciate that. But since my next topic, I need a specific sound for it. Where is it? There we go. So, if you recognize this song, which is dearly beloved, you'll know what my topic is next. They're coming out with a Kingdom Hearts lore book, which for one, I have no earthly idea. I mean, for one, it's great because it's going to set me straight. But then two, I have no earthly idea how they're going to explain that mess of a series. Because by Kingdom Hearts 3, I have no idea what they're saying. They're talking about hearts and darkness and lost and I don't know, and follow your heart because it's a key. I don't know. But I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. Until they confuse the heck out of me in this last one. Well, I guess the last one now is Kingdom Hearts Mom. Melody of Memories, but its abbreviation is Kingdom Hearts Mom, so I'm just waiting for Kingdom Hearts Dad, then Kingdom Hearts Son, and I'll stop now. You both love and hate Kingdom Hearts. I know, right? Yeah, the lore is basically Xenohort got bored. Alex, that was the best description I've heard of the Kingdom Hearts lore. That's pretty fantastic. I love that. It's funny. Every time I close that coffee lid, it sprays all over my tablet. So it's fun. No, it's not. All right, so our next character, let's see. So we've inked 2 of our characters. And then let's do our last boy. He's trying to get some good grips on him. But this monster ain't moving. He ain't moving one bit. The tablet requires blood. Exactly. The tablet demands a sacrifice. Give me coffee or give me your blood. Yeah, so we slowed down to tunes for a bit, just for now, just for a moment. But yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Good for them. I feel bad for the editors who had to edit that book of Kingdom Hearts, because it's like, what does he mean by this? What does darkness of the heart have to do with Disney characters? I hope there's some cool like background insight though, of like the design, how they fought with Disney to try to get different characters, how they fought with Disney to get different characters, and how they fought with Disney to get different characters. It sounds really exciting. I can't wait. But I'm actually interested how they're going to take the coffee as the blood of life. I know, right, Megan? Last Kingdom Hearts left a bad taste in my mouth. It was very sad for me. I know, yeah. Yeah, it was a bit of a bummer. And how they shoehorned, what's it called? That Rex character into it, who is from the failed Final Fantasy game. Need to add, because apparently all the kids, oh wait, no, he has shorts on. He has like those Sonic the Hedgehog style socks. And they're cargo pants, so he needs that. Another thing for adding depth, again, going back to some just ideas of how to add depth is like right here. See, there's like a lot of, oh my goodness. There's foreshortening that's happening. So when things are coming at you in perspective, there's a foreshortening and things look kind of weird. But by having layering, or by layering elements of the character, like see this pocket, it would technically overlap his leg because it's laying on top of his leg and it's coming at us in perspective. So, and actually, now that I think about it, technically his knee would be higher up too. But by adding some layering and overlap of different elements on the characters, it will add that sense of depth. Because and naturally, like if you're wearing look at this, like this is overlapping my wrist. So in the foreground, if you're I mean that's hard to see, but if I was wearing, I guess my sleeve, well, you can't see my sleeve because I'm green screened out. There goes all my examples. But essentially, if there's there's elements like bracelets, and you show the overlap of the bracelets on the wrist, it adds that sense of more sense of depth. So there's another freebie for you. I'll have his pant leg just wrap around like that. Make it easier to read. Nope, that's not working. Also adding in for shading and shadowing, like if you notice in the deepest, in the parts that are overlapped the most are a deeper, inside of a sleeve where it's deeper, it would be darker theoretically with shading. So, or under the chin, I'm adding little blacks there. See, it thickens up that area and gives a little bit of a pop and it adds that overlap sense. So that's, again, adding more depth to your scene or your character. Typically a sock wouldn't fall down that much. His foot's gonna be overlapped by the leprechaun's foot. And then this leg. So then this leg's part of it's so far behind him. I'm just actually gonna black that out in a very messy way, because why should I be coloring it in the lines? That's silly. And then his foot would effectively be behind here. Right there. And I'll just give a line right there to separate that. And then because that's behind the leprechaun's leg, this will get blacked out. And I'll add some ground getting pushed up because he's digging his heel and trying to do whatever he can to stop this stinking guy from eating his friends. So, there's that. Who's drinking? Wait, what? Sora for Smash. Oh my gosh. Have we moved on from Gino already? How are liking the new tablet, Todd? Genuinely curious. Not trying to be shamelessly plug. Oh no, I mean, well, yeah, I love the new tablet. I thank you, Wacom, for supplying me with this brand new, top of the line, like Cintiq 24-inch Pro. And to answer your question, Carter, I love it. I worked on it at work when I was in the studios, and it was fantastic. But I never got a one-to-one comparison because I have a Cintiq that was 2 generations behind, the 22-inch HD, and it was great. It's fantastic. I've had it for 5 years, and it's still kicking butt. No problems whatsoever. But I never got a chance to have like the feel of like how the pens feel on each of them, like back to back. I just knew like, oh, I really like drawing on the newer Cintiqs. But now I've had that opportunity, and for one, the colors and the resolution are like stellar compared. Like I think what Megan, you told me one time they were 98% accurate color. The resolution's higher. Everything looks crisp. And on top of that, the drawing is an absolute dream. Like I thought with the felt tip nib and my 22-inch from 2 generations back was good drawing quality. This is like peak chef's kiss drawing quality. So I love this. And thank you so much for Wacom for, providing this to me. I really appreciate it. It has literally been a dream come true. I love it. It is an absolute dream to draw on. It's great. You're not supposed to eat Kingdom Hearts? No, Katie, not normally, but I mean, if you can, if it's part of your special diet. Remember when Disney stopped Sora from being added to Smash? Yep. Yeah, I'm that guy. I remember that. There's nothing to say you're not supposed to, so. Alex, that's a good point. Gotta love that transform tool. I know, right? That transform tool comes in clutch. Eat it with sauce. You want to eat it with like a special like Cajun sauce. Sora for Smash. Bionicle announced for Smash. Oh, if only. That would be really cool, actually. I would be up for that. Who does Mega Motion play in Smash? That is a good question. Samus Zero Suit. Sonic and Min Min. I've never met a Min Min player, Mega Motion. I'd like to play you online. Who's drinking whose coffee? Hey, Fro. Oh, thank you, Fro. Thank you. I'm trying to keep up and make it look good and not take too long. Still holding out for Shrek and Fighters Pass 2. I know, right? Shrek would be clutch. So you're saying use our Stymie on Wacom? Yes. Use your stimulus on Wacom. Sorry. 1v1, me and Todd. Yes. You still want Policio Fighter in Smash? Oh, it's 3 o'clock. All right, so on the ToddHoppArt stream, we do something different at the top of the hour every hour. Now, normally when you're sitting down or doing anything sedative, your blood kind of pools, you get a little tired, you get a little stiff. So it's always good to do a stretch. But on the ToddHoppArt channel, we don't just stretch. Oh no. We dance. So I'd like to say, let's get dancing. I'll see you in the dance room. That's right. We have a dance party. Oh my goodness. This music won't do. We have to turn it up. And I'm green screened out. So start dancing. First you stretch. Oh, yeah. Get those creative juices going. You can barely see me stretch because... oh my goodness. Stretch those arms. Ready? Here it comes. Midstream drop. Get moving and twist. Oh yeah, back crack. Oh, I got you. I got you. Oh, I had no headphones. Come on, no headphones. You know, it's funny when I'm not wearing headphones, I don't hear the music, so I just look like an idiot dancing to nothing. Oh yeah, this music, it's more game chops, and it's some good old Sonic remixes, bro. Here we go. Let's go downstairs. And come on back up. Guess what? I've got downstairs. I got a sprinkler. And also, if you're drawing, writing, or using a computer, don't forget to stretch your wrists. Always good. Relieve that and don't get carpal tunnel. And if you're lucky, like on my stream, I'll hit my green screen. That's always fun. Lighting effects! Whoa! Hey, Heath, good to see ya. Welcome to the dance party. Hey, do a little run in place. Because this is Sonic music. You gotta run. I realize how weird this looks with just a floating head. There you go, Kyle. Escape from that city. Follow me, set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city. I'll make it through from me to you. That was a terrible singing. Sorry. What can I say? Sonic gets me excited. Karaoke time. Oh no, Katie. You don't want that from me. Now go to shopping cart. Get that candy. Get that cereal. Go, go, go. Hurry. The line is short. Go, run. Hey, Sarah. Yeah. I love y'all's dance moves. You're doing great. I do some workout videos for you, sure. All right, everyone. Fantastic work. That was beautiful. Well done. I loved all your moves and everything. You were beautiful. All of you are fantastic. So we go back to some, let's go back to some rock, man. I'll see you back at the drawing. If my stuff would work. There we go. Let's get the music turned down a little bit. All right, so if you're just joining us, we just finished doing our dance party, which all of you had fantastic moves. Thank you for joining me for the dance party. Anyway, just joining us now, we are doing a drawing. I'm your host, ToddHoppArt. I go by he and him. I'm a storyboard artist in the animation industry. And currently, Wacom's giving me the opportunity to work on their channel and take over. We are drawing a Lucky Charms Gone Bad. We have 3 friends that we're always told, you know, Leprechauns are cool. Leprechauns are good. They're happy with you taking their cereal and stuff. So our three friends go out and find said leprechaun in the hills and find his gold. But he's not too happy. He's an ogre leprechaun and he wants his gold back. Well, they hatch a plan. They're like, take off, run with the gold. We'll hold him back and get him and stop him. We'll rendezvous later. And so that's where we're at. With our three friends trying to escape and take the gold. And go for the gold, I guess you could say. So, welcome. If you're brand new or lurking, welcome and thank you for joining us on the Wacom Experience Center with host ToddHoppArt, who is not as beautiful as Christopher, cunning as Carter, or as amazing as Megan, but I'll try my best to try to keep up with them. Hey, Brooke, great to see you. That's my sister Brooke right there. Oh, Mom, you and Mom are watching. Awesome. You're fully immersed. Just so glad to sing along with this time. Oh, are you singing along, Kyle? Todd style workout training. Oh my gosh, that would be crazy. All right, what's all this then? Official Noobwise, hey, welcome. Great to see you. Welcome to the Wacom Experience Center. So, now we're going to start working on our ogre leprechaun, which is so funny that he's an ogre, but he decides to wear a hat. He's just, I just like my hats. I don't like when children steal my stuff, though. Watch, he's actually just a really nice guy. They just haven't got to know him yet. So at the end, we'll have like a, they'll be happy. It'll be a little misunderstanding. I didn't mean to destroy you children and try to kill you. And they'll be like, oh, you, Mr. Leprechaun, you're too cool. And then at the end, they'll be like, ah, ha, 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 ha. And then they'll like, jump into a high five and freeze frame it like in the 80s. Because that's how every show should end. Am I right? Ooh, I wasn't ready for this mustache. It's great watching me ink. My lines are super confident. Oh, thank you, Mega. They don't feel confident at all, but it does help when you have solid tools. The Cintiq has a great tooth to it. Normally on the previous Cintiqs, on the older ones, I've had to add a different nib to add that sense of texture and a bit of a grip, because sometimes just sliding on the glass wasn't as easy. But now the new glass that's on these new Cintiqs is, mwah, it's beautiful. It's just, I can't say enough. Hashtag love it. Hashtag Mary Cintiq. What? So thank you, Wacom Experience Center, for this amazing tool and this opportunity. The stoke is high, as we say here on Wacom. Which we need a sticker, or you know how there's that veto thing you all made? I would love to have a stoke is high prompt, I guess you call it, or an animation. I guess the closest thing I could have is Stokes are high! Ah! I'm saying Stokes are high when I learned that I was saying inaccurately. It's so funny you say my inking's so confident. I feel like I need to figure out an inking style. There's so many cool comic artists that have a really cool inking style. Oh, we need that. Yes, we do need that. That'd be so amazing. 100% need that. I'm so glad. I would love it. Todd Sonic 2021. Thank you. So apparently the Snyder Cut's coming out, everyone. Are y'all excited for that? The supposedly not real, kind of probably was real Snyder Cut is totes coming out on HBO Max. This is not a plug for HBO Max. I'm just saying that's where it is only, I think. But yeah. Is everyone excited? Everyone thrilled? Everyone like, I don't know. I'm going to go back and watch Wolfwalkers on Apple TV because Wolfwalkers is amazing because it's done by an amazing animation studio and I like animation. Or is that just me? I wanted to add a Blarney Stone in here somewhere, but I have no earthly idea what a Blarney Stone is, and like, I feel like the ogre would have a Blarney Stone, like, Blarney Stone, power up! And it's like a Morphin Time thing, like Power Rangers. Like, that's how I always picture a Blarney Stone, because it's so special. I have no idea what it is. I probably sound like an idiot talking about it, but it sounds like a cool thing to shout out loud. Like, it's like an attack command or a power-up command. So it'd be like, go, Blarney Stone! And then you transform into, like, a leprechaun. So, Power Ranger Leprechauns 2022. You heard it here, folks. This is amazing music. I love it. Also, there's got to be a group called the Blarney Stones, because that's just too good of a band name not to be a band name. I mean, come on. Maybe Megamotion or Lorenzo, y'all in the UK could give me a heads up on that. And if there is, please send me their Spotify information. I need to listen and watch. And listen. Yes, Wolfwalkers is phenomenal. Not really excited to watch it, Alex, but... Oh, Mortal Kombat, yes. Totally, that new Mortal Kombat. I love original Mortal Kombat so much. The Rob Schneider cut. Carter, I would love that. Oh, Katie redeemed a hydrate. I'm catching up. Gotta go. Thank you, Katie, for being here. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful one. You hope the Snyder Cut shows more companies to trust directors more. Yeah, hopefully. Rob Schneider Cut, I think, would be amazing. I would so be up for that. Never mind, you're out of stock. Oh, the mustache? Oh. Yeah, you gave me a mustache on this one, on the Leprechaun Ogre. Don't worry, Katie, you left your mark. And it is a good one. 'Tis a wee one, but a good one. I gotta stop with those terrible impressions. We're gonna lose, like, followers and viewers. So I figured he's wearing, like, the traditional leprechaun, like, coat. But, of course, it has to have, like, ripped arms or something, because this is, like, a rugged leprechaun. Sorry, I'm just adding, like, rips and some texture to his hat, because this ain't your daddy's leprechaun. This is, I don't know, a leprechaun in 2021 who's lived through coronavirus. Why should I never flatten a 4-leaf clover? Because... Oh, man. Because you shouldn't press your luck. Oh! Oh! That was a good one, Christopher. Well played, well played. Does the leprechaun enrage like the Hulk when the gold is stolen away? I guess he could, yeah. I didn't think about that part of the lore, Mega. That's good. That's a good idea, though. Hey, Vito. Oh, you redeemed the hydrate. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Such high Stokes. Or high Stoke highs. I don't know. What am I saying? But so if you're not excited for Snyder Cut, then or whether the Rob Snyder or the Zack Snyder, you could also go with Falcon and Winter Soldier's coming out too this week. There's some big stuff happening. Megan, I know you're a big Marvel fan now. You have been converted. Welcome to the cult. It's a happy cult. There's 22 movies and counting. Some great shows. Somehow we even defeated the Evangelion remakes, as Alex put yesterday on Kelly's stream. So, his arm... Like, he is, like, raging. He's, oh, my gold! Bring it back! Arg! I pictured him having, like, these gold armbands. I don't know why, but... I didn't rough those out, but I thought of it when I was drawing it earlier, and I forgot to add them. So he needs... Like, Genie, almost, from Aladdin. I don't know why. He's not like a prisoner in a lamp or anything. It's just, I don't know, it seems like a cool... It gives him that badass, like, Mr. T feel, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just, sometimes ignore what I ramble about. Because it's just like, Todd, what are you saying today? So I realized I draw the kids with 3 fingers and this guy with 4. Which I guess makes him feel very different from them. Abnormal, I guess. Which is ironic because, 3 fingers, no one has 3 fingers. So that 3 fingers is normal in this world compared to 4. Right. Oops. Messed up his anatomy there. So I might add some actually I'm going to add some speed lines to show that he's like swiping her. That's another thing is you can add some speed lines and slight blurs, like broken up speed lines to kind of insinuate movement. Another way of it's just another like subtle thing you can add to give it that sense of movement to a still image. It's always a still image. And then watch. We're gonna go mega big brain after this. Like these lines or anything? You think these speed lines will do anything? Oh, just wait. Just wait. The Stokes are about to level up. I don't know. Sometimes I just say things. It's best to ignore me. 5 fingers is a monster. You're right. It's Gravity Falls logic. Exactly, Marm. Yeah, totally. The finger count is hard. I know, right, Alex? Can you count how many fingers the finger count is? Get you meow. can I draw a meow? Like a meowth? Add some meow? Oh, like cats? You want a cat in there? Here, maybe they're like a cat sidekick is helping out. And here, let's do it real quick. Real quick, Lack. Brushes, where are you? I'm summoning you, Brushes. Oh dear. Too light. Let's do charcoal. This music's making me draw fast, so that's good. There we go. There's a cat. It got flung because it was trying to help out. It's like, go, kitty. Get off of me. Meow. Meow. Funny thing is, this song sounds a little like Megalovania. You loved the music as I began hyping it up. Oh yeah, kicked in as I began hyping. Oh yeah. All right, so let's ink up the cat really quick. Meow! Meow! Meow, save me! I lived a good life. I tried to help my friends get the gold. Don't worry, he'll survive. Or she will survive. Because cats have 9 lives, but they always land on their feet anyway, so no need to worry. Oh, you know what? I can rotate my canvas. I'm like sitting here turning like this. I can rotate the entire tablet. Because I have one of those cool arms on the tablet. Thank you, Wacom, for the arm as well. It's incredibly sturdy. I used to have a regular monitor arm for my other Cintiq, and it was built for monitors, but not the weight of a Cintiq. And so it would slowly like drop. So I'm sitting there drawing, and I'm like, I loved using the arms over like any of the bases because I can just literally adjust it how I want to or pull it out as far as I need it to be. Goodbye, kitty. Hello, kitty, kitty, kitty. That reminds me of, I don't know if y'all remember, I mean, I talked about it in my last stream. Cats Don't Dance. There's the big villain, or one of the villains, like Darla Dimple's helper, and he's like, hello, kitty, kitty, kitty. Big flex. Because it's a flex arm? Is that what you're saying, Carter? That's a good pun there for you. Thought you could lend a hand. Oh! He's wondering if I use a little finger glove thingy. Oh, I do, yes. That's what glove it is. The company, because you bought a compression glove. It's too tight to draw comfortably. Oh yeah, Mega Motion, like Cats Don't Dance. Yeah, it's like an unsung movie. I think we talked about my last stream on my channel. The animation's like top tier. It's solid. Anyway, Marm, you're asking about the glove. I love it. I think you can. Smudge Guard's one of like the well-known ones. I'm gonna get some flack because I'm on the Wacom channel, but I have an X-Pin one because they were cheaper than I think Smudge Guard. Actually, I'd forgotten Smudge Guard existed until my friend just told me that they're still around. But on Amazon, I just found X pins, and they're a nice, like, thin nylon. They still breathe, and my hand glides across the screen. I love it. I used to be like, I don't need it. I thought it was kind of unnecessary until I started drawing on a Cintiq, and my hand would start to get sweaty from the heat. And so, of course, I needed a glove, and I tried it out, and after that, I was sold. There we go. Let's compose this so the cat's not too huge, or else he's a monster cat. Or she's a monster cat. Shut up, Max. I'm glad there's still fandom for Cats Don't Dance. It just was like this unsung show, and the animation is just absolutely gorgeous in it. We don't speak that name on this channel. I'm sorry. I apologize. And then Todd was never ever invited back to the Welcome's channel. I have been permanently blocked. I have forsaken it. Okay, so like I was telling you, we're gonna go big brain here and look really cool. So check this out. So we're implying motion with the speed lines. So it looks pretty cool, huh? Like you're starting to feel like, oh, whoa, it looks like he's moving, dude. It's like, do you even like speed lines, bro? And of course he is totally speed lining, bro. There's some movement there. It looks like he's swinging his hand. You could even add like after poses too to kind of push that more. Cat is having a catastrophic day. Oh, mouse. That was a good one. That was a good one. I'm so glad the puns are alive in this. But anyway, for the motion, so he is totally speedlining, bro. But we need to express more. We need to push it more. So what I'm going to do is duplicate this layer. So I have the original. What we're going to do is we are going to use one of my favorite tools that Christopher, in fact, loves this tool as well. In fact, he uses the name I use for it. We're going to gablur this thing, or jablur it. That thing just got jablured. You can tell Todd's an animator by the great impressions or expressions. Bless me. Carter! Well done, Carter. That was a good one. That's a good one. Holy mackerel. That's funny. That's good. And if we want to, we can actually... actually, he's on the wrong layer. If we want to, we can copy the girl as well, and then add a bit of a jablur to her too. Not too much, but just, you know, just a. It's a lower G instead of an uppercase G. Just slight jabbar, just or gablur. I don't know. It's like JPEG. It's like GIF and GIF. How should I say it? I know, on point, Carter. A mouse chasing a cat. Wait, our cat? A mouse chasing a cat? Probably next. I'll do that. Let me get the ogre finished. We can add some more other stuff to this. Try to make sure I get through the inking at least before the stream ends. So this is going to be, he's an Irishman. He's going to be strong like ox. Add that clavicle, because need that clavicle. Oh dear, what am I doing? It's so funny. I had did a restart, and I forgot when I restart the tablet, the touch comes back on. So I'm sitting here doing some prep drawing for the stream, and then like suddenly it starts like windows start bouncing back and forth. I'm like, what's going on? And then I realize, oh, my hand is messing with it, and so I don't know where that came from. That was just a little side anecdote. Anecdote. I always say anecdote like antidote, and people are like, why do you need an antidote? Is there a poison involved? No, just I'm a native English speaker that struggles with English. Is playing ping pong secret Wacom gaming PC? Wait, what? It's playing ping pong the secret Wacom. Oh, did I miss something? All right. It was a ghost. It was a, yeah. Loving this leprechaun. Those are teeth. Yes, those are the teeth. Yep. He is not happy. They are stealing his gold. He's a ripped fellow. He has been working out. He has been lifting, bro. So I have like a gold belt. Belt will wrap around the body. And we'll just color that black real quick. So what is everyone's plans for the rest of the week? How's everything going? Are we doing obviously work? Got any cool things coming up though? Exciting things? Gonna fight a leprechaun? Now, Mouse, you started streaming. Mouse Alchemist has been streaming and doing plushie making. So I highly recommend going to watch her channel. It's so cool to see people who can craft actually work. It's so different from what I do that it's pretty stellar, in my opinion. I love seeing craft work. I also like eating Kraft macaroni and cheese. So there's something about me and Kraft. Sorry, that was a terrible one. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oops. This dude's not happy. He is ripping his shirts. He's ripping his clothes. It's like, whoa. Keep your clothes on, bro. We don't need that. We don't need that. Oh, he needs the gold bracelet. So here's another overlapping thing. So I need to... So here's the thing about overlapping. If you look at each of our characters, there's a lot of overlapping parts to them. But one of the things, going back to making a dynamic pose, is also having a strong silhouette. And what do I mean by that? A silhouette. So when you're drawing your character, I can't draw today. When you have your character, if you have their arms by their side, your character's silhouette will look like that. Essentially, if you fill your character in with a single color, then can you see and tell what they're doing just from that silhouetted image? Can you tell what their action is, how they're acting, what they're doing? Can you tell that? So having a strong silhouette will help you avoid making less dynamic poses, unless you're a more less dynamic pose. But if you're going for a dynamic and readable pose so that your audience can see it, because a lot of times if your art is seen from far away, our eyes will generalize it to a single shape. So that's why understanding if it's a silhouette is, if the silhouette is strong, is why that's so essential in understanding it. Because when someone sees it from far away, if it's an eye-catching shape, then they'll come closer and take a look at the details. Also, our eyes tend to generalize anyway, so it's good having a solid silhouette. So if you have a character, like, here's a bit of a side tangent. If your character is, let's say your character is like pleading with somebody, like, come on, can you please come with me to the dance? Because, I don't know, they're going to a dance. If you have them, if you have their arms close in and they're pleading like that, if you look at that shape, it looks almost like, what is that? And if you fill it in with a single color, which I'm doing a terrible job, I can't color within the lines. I failed that part of being a child. That looks weird. But if you push the pose and make sure that the arms are outside of the body, there can be overlap, of course, but make sure the arms extend from the body is coming out. If you have them coming out and their hands even splay their fingers out like that, and this is where working like graphically is helpful in the graphic flat sense, because you can read as a single shape. I want to run into my characters. But if you look, when you have that single color, when you fill this shade in, when you actually color in the lines that, like, I'm not doing, because I just like to be bad. Now that's a bit of an exaggerated pose, but you get the idea. Like, you see someone's like, something's happening. Their arms are out. Their body is coming toward them. It adds that, this is, again, going back to the straight and the vertical and the horizontal, which are more peaceful, but it doesn't show the desperation when someone's pleading and asking. Now, there's more subtle ways to, of course, draw this, but this action is, look at this swooping line of action. There's our diagonal again. Here's our diagonals again here, our triangles. Our triangle here. It's creating that negative space that is essentially opened up for our positive space, which is our silhouette. But you're creating a dynamic pose that is readable, and it looks like something's happening. It makes it look interesting and compelling for someone to read and look at. And then, of course, when they get closer, they can see the details, like the sad face, the anger, or the desperation. Or maybe they're happy. Maybe they're like, "Hey, how's it going?" But at least this like open, dynamic pose shows something going on that the reader can be like, well, there's a story going on there. And when they look closer, the devil's in the details. And of course, they can learn more of the details by their face, by their mouth, by their facial expressions, and what they're wearing too, even. So that's a basic idea. So this silhouette of this ogre, where I have his arm out here, and even this arm down here, I'm trying to make sure that this leg will clear his hand right here, so that there's this negative space here, so you see that there's an openness and that his silhouette's strong. Sorry, I'm missing chat. I'm going to make some Monster Hunter plushies. That's awesome. Yeah, definitely tune into Mouse's work. Can I draw Stanley on coins as a symbol of animation currency? Huh. I've actually never drawn Stanley. I could do that at some point, yeah. I'm just trying to finish this inking real quick. Yeah, exactly, Megavich. I'm just trying to finish this inking for this stream. That's so much great knowledge. Thank you. I could do here. I'll bring all these characters back. Oops. We go to the foreground. Do this. It'd be very small. I forget how Stanley looks. He has that mustache. He always wears sunglasses or glasses. And he has that collared shirt. And his hand would come up, be like, "Hey, true believers." On the coin, it would say, "Hey, true believers." And that's what all the coins say. For some reason, the Leprechaun's coins all have Stan Lee as currency. And they all say, "Hey, it's true believer coins." That was my favorite thing, is when I'm watching the old X-Men cartoons or pretty much any old 90s Marvel cartoon, when Stan Lee always narrated, "Hey, true believers, are you ready to watch this new episode? I don't know what it's about, but are you ready? I probably wrote it at some point in my life. And it's an adaptation of one of my ideas." Add this gold bracelet really quick, I got. Now, hands are always a tricky thing. Trying to get it to look right in perspective is extra tricky, so I certainly do enjoy punishing myself. X-Men cartoons were fire, yes. In my very first job in animation, I had the opportunity to work with two of the directors who had essentially spearheaded the 90s X-Men cartoon, with the really banger opening. They were pretty cool. They always talk about how Stan Lee would always come in and just be like, "Oh, this is great. I love what you're doing." But they said how hard it was to adapt the Jim Lee art style to an actual animatable form. They said they went through a lot of trial and error trying to make sure they could match it without losing that Jim Lee-ish amazingness. Because, Jim Lee's an incredibly talented artist and just a fantastic draftsman on top of that. And trying to adapt his drawings, his extremely detailed drawings, into an animatable form is some tricky business. And you risk essentially ruin people's childhoods because that's what people grew up watching or reading in the comics. You want to make sure it's faithful to those comics. So his hand got a little out of hand. About here. Fingers are a little too big, so I'll drop it down a little bit. Because your hand has has a curve to it. If you notice your fingers, they kind of do this curve shape. Like your knuckle actually, excuse me, your knuckles actually do this rounding when you bring your hand in like that. Let's see. There we go. Then, his belt doesn't make any sense now. Technically, his waist would be going back right there. Give him some folds right here. Wanting Todd to explain it also. He also has X-Men cells. You don't think I do? I know, right? I do keep getting animation cells. No, Mega, I wish I had some X-Men ones. I do have the original artists and cleanup artists, or some of the original cleanup artists who worked on that X-Men. He did give me an original birthday drawing, marker coloring and everything. It was for my birthday because it was an animation studio of like a lot of old Hanna-Barbera artists and cartoonists from all the 90s, essentially. Everything I grew up watching, they all worked on. So working at that studio was a bit of a dream in the respect that, like, I was working with all my mentors who inspired me to go into animation. And I was having daily geek out sessions for probably like the first year I worked there. So what they did was they all got together and made this art book for me of all of their, like, the shows that I love that they worked on. And they all did drawings of them. So from like SWAT Cats to X-Men to My Little Pony even. Because some of the board artists worked on My Little Pony and stuff. And I remember watching that with my little sister, Brooke, who's in the stream. And so, oh, thank you, Meg. I appreciate that. But yeah, they all just came down and they drew like these birthday things. Like they had Wolverine. He like tried to cut the cake, but it exploded on him. And they're like, Wolverine? He's like, what? I tried to cut the cake. Now, there's some pretty incredible people and pretty insanely talented people on top of that. They're really good people. So his pants are being pulled. So I'll add some tautness right here. I'll be up against his pants. Right there. Oops, and there. Needs a cool, like, buckle on his shoe. I don't know why they have a buckle on their shoe. I never see a strap, so I'm like, well, what's the buckle for? Is that just for looks? But if it is, it's like, that's cool. They beat Square Enix to the punch with all the belts and buckles. So you heard it here, folks. Tetsuya Nomura from Final Fantasy Designs really just copied leprechauns. So really every Final Fantasy character is a reference to leprechauns. That's a joke. That's a terrible joke. Don't listen to me. I don't know why you all think I have any kind of authority and would listen to me. It's just silly ramblings from a crazy person drawing some weird cartoons. There we go. Hey, Jello, welcome back. You were very hungry and you thought you were. I took a quick food break. Good, I'm glad you got some food. Always good to, like, refill and eat. Oh, thank you, Megan. I appreciate that. Thank you, Mega. Okay, so we need the finishing touches on our leprechaun. So, like all good Irishmen. It's gotta have that heady chest. I don't know if Irishmen have it, actually. I'm not Irish at all. Like, I'm thinking like the carpet kind of hair, like Austin Powers. All right, that's filled, and let's just drop the opacity. And then going with a darker, let's multiply and add some curly cues in there. He's got a fuzzy groundskeeper Willie hair. I like it, Kyle. I like it. All right, and then we have to complete his drawing. So he is tugging on these pants hardcore. Trying to save his friend. I could actually add a little bit of black right here to hide this, since there's a major overlap. Let me turn off the character rough layers and maybe leave the background as is as a pencil sketch. Oh, gotta turn off the rough cat. Meow! Snack breaks are always important. A Treehouse of Horror episode. Oh, you're right. All right, well, there we go. Oh, I can't see it from my head. Let me move my head. There. I can go in and add some black shadows for the next 5 minutes, and then we have another dance session. So I'm gonna go in, just finesse it a little bit, add some blacks here and there to kind of just push the background. Oh, wait. Yeah. To push the certain aspects of him out. Erase, clean this part up. That's got a little messy. Clean up this belt. Good old Mega Man. Is there any character that y'all like to draw that just you always go back to? Like Sonic and Mega Man are the ones that, like, even if I can't figure out what to draw or don't know what to draw, I can always go back and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna do some cool Sonic drawings or cool Mega Man drawings. And it just kind of gets me out of that rut. Is there any kind of characters or drawings or designs that y'all like to do that get you out of that, you know, that funk? Because I know I gotta use that Sonic. Gotta get out of that funk. Invader Zim. Oh, that's a good choice. Good choice, Marm. I love Invader Zim. And Gur. I think Kyle likes Gur too a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't know. His name doesn't have Gur in it at all. M. Bison or Kirby? Oh, Fro, I want to see you draw M. Bison. I haven't seen that yet. Although, Fro, people follow Fro, his Froman Doodles on Instagram. Fro is incredibly talented director, storyboard artist, and just a fantastic artist in general. And Fro, your dinosaurs are just absolutely adorable. Like, if I was going to make a dinosaur show, I'd be like, Fro needs to make this. Fro would be the one to do that. And your Kirby game on Smash is also, like, legendary too. I need to see M. Bison drawing though. A Todd Sonic. Is that like a new tag, Kyle? Oh, Carnage. Oh, yes, Kyle, Carnage. That is a good choice. I love Carnage. Making these lines look a little more sexier. Who doesn't love some sexy lines? Yeah, look at those lines. Get it? And also, the thick lines help kind of like pop it off of like, see these, there's this massive overlap of detail. And having thicker lines kind of helps like punch things up and gets them off of what's in the background. Or just adds a little layer of depth to them. And see, there's like just doing it in those like little nicks and crannies that are heavy overlap just really punches up the image. I feel like I'm Bob Ross. We're gonna do a little this here and do a happy little shade there. Certainly not Bob Ross. That man is a beast. Add a little depth right there, because it's a thick fold in his hand. And I'll add something right there. Got 2 minutes left, everyone. Get your dancing shoes on. Oh, Darcy, hey, great to see you. Welcome to the stream. Darcy, we're doing some our kids are trying to steal from a leprechaun. So we're doing some, but this leprechaun's like a giant ogre, so he's not too thrilled that he's stealing from him. Some river dancing, yes, river dancing. So I'm just going through and adding that thick and black lines. Making it look prettier. Actually, I'll fix this one. This should be being pulled more taut. And we have a minute left. Gotta hurry. And I'll thicken this part up. And bam, nailed it. Actually, really quick, just really quick. And we'll go dance, don't worry. There we go. There we go. We did it. Oh, thank you, P. Diego. It's great to see you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad you like it. All right, everyone. So, if y'all are new here, or just started, or just came in, when you sit and do something sedative, like drawing or working at a computer, your blood pools and you get stiff and it gets a little tiring. And it's always good to stretch. Well, on the ToddHoppArt channel, we don't just stretch. Is that right, everyone? Oh, thank you, P. Diego. It's finally great to meet you. Thank you for joining. Instead of stretching, we all dance. So we have some good Mega Man music. Let's start dancing. All right. Welcome to the dance party. Here we go. And we got a good Mega Man song to dance to. Let's crank these tunes up. Get moving. Put your dancing shoes on. Stretch and move. Twist. We're gonna beat Dr. Wily. Level, run down the stairs and get back up. Here we go. Whoa! moves, everyone. Break out all the stops. It's our final dance. I got you. Come on in. I got you. Whoa. There it goes.
Yay, Mega Man!
Get some squats in too. Get those legs moving. Ooh, yeah. Moving. Go slow motion. Y'all doing great. All right, everyone. Great job. Fantastic dance moves. Loved it. Oh, as I finally hit my equipment like I said I would. So, let's get back to the drawing and wrap this up. All right. Beautiful dance moves, everyone. Again, fantastic. Y'all pulled out all the stops. The gloves were off. These moves, you all have fantastic. I love it. I love the chat. It was amazing. It's absolutely fantastic. Y'all are fantastic. So let's take it down now. Let's take it down. Take a breather. Whew, calm. Had that good dance. Got our blood flowing again. Got moving. Stretched out. I'm so proud of y'all. Y'all did fantastic. So, first off, get some water. Always good to hydrate after that little fun dance session. Am I right? Hail that hydrate. Yeah. Oh, Megan redeemed the hydrate again. Yeah, redeemed hydrate for all of you. Fantastic, everyone. So, we've done our drawing. It was St. Patty's Day. I'm wearing green, so I'm green screened out. All for on theme. A beautiful floating head just for you. I don't know about beautiful. That's a lie. And we finished our drawing. Our kids are escaping. They're getting out of there. I think they're going to make it. What do y'all think? That's the best stretching of your life. Lorenzo, thank you. I'm so glad. Jello redeemed another hydrate. You thought I was wearing a white shirt. No, I'm wearing green because I don't want to get pinched. But of course, I have a green screen behind me. I get greened out. Oh, thank you, Jello. I appreciate that. Y'all are too kind. No, it's just my head. This the hair that's good. The rest of me is like, ooh, what's that? So we finished our drawing. We did this. I think they're gonna escape from this crazy dude. I mean, our two friends are kicking some serious butt. We did some jablurring today. The poor cat's getting flung, but it'll land on his feet. Don't worry. And it's got probably 8 more lives left in the bank. And our friends escaping with our special, the special Stan Lee gold. Hey, it's True Believers gold, and if you believe in it, it's true. And so, that's our work. I'm so proud of all of us. So that comes to the end of the stream, but we always have one more segment on the ToddHoppArt stream, what I like to call animation trivia. It's a little bit of a segment where I explain just a little bit of interesting information about what's going on in animation, how animation works. So let's go on to animation trivia. Let's see if I can find a better song for animation trivia. Oh, I have a perfect song for it. Let me find it. Where is it? Here we go. Perfect. Here's a new song we can use for it. I think this is it, yeah. There we go. Animation trivia time. Well, there's my new animation theme song for it. Thank you, Game Chops. Always help me out. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about animation cells. Now, some of you may have seen this already on my previous channel, but back in the day, animation was done on on cellulite, or short is cells. What we did was we used to draw them on paper. So take this example of Batman the Animated Series. What we do is you draw the pencil lines, and on those pencil lines, you would leave like the blue. You'd use like a colored pencil and draw like where the shadows and the shading would go. And so that to indicate for the colorist where indicate where to add these shadows and highlights. Let me double check the sound. Sorry, let me bring that down. There we go. So that's what the pencils area is for, and then of course the animation side of it. These little pegs are what register the paper so that you can keep flipping the paper and make sure everything stays consistent. After that step, we move on to adding it to the cellulite. So you got to take this pencil drawing and putting it on the cellulite. From that step, we photocopy it. You essentially, instead of paper inside of the photocopier, you put the cellulite, and then you take this piece of paper, put it in the copier, run it out, and when it comes out, it's on this clear piece of cellulite. And, well, that music changed. We'll stick with that. But it comes out on clear cellulite, and then it's ready to start being painted. After that, you hand it over to the ink and paint team. The ink and paint team have these things. They have these character sheets that essentially tell them, the art director's usually laid it out, and it tells what each color is and where it goes on the character. And they're usually labeled like skin tone, hair tone, cape color. And those are usually equivalent to what paint they would use, the actual physical paint that they would paint it with. Now, the drawing and the line art has all been photocopied onto the front of the cellulite. So you don't want to paint on the front. In fact, what you want to do is you want to take it and you want to flip it. If that so, oh yeah, shoot. Well, initially here's the thing. With cells, you have to work backwards. So you're going to flip it around and paint on the back, but you have to layer like real paint would. So you're going to think backwards. If you're going to see the shadows, you have to paint the shadows on first, because then you're going to paint on top of that on the back, and that would be the base color. So what you do is you overlay with those register little pins, you overlay the cellulite on top of the paper, and then you see the line where the lines are, and you flip it over and you paint where the shadows would be, where those shadow lines are. And that's the whole point of why we draw these shadow lines on the character on the piece of paper. And then finally, you get to the actual painting part of it. So you would work backwards. So whatever you want to be behind Batman, you'll want to paint last. And whatever you want to be seen in front of him on the forefront, you want to paint that first. And so you go to the next step of you start painting, and you paint, after you painted the shadows, you start painting the body and all the base colors. And then he has a cape behind him. So that will be the last thing that you would paint. And so essentially, and all you have to do is paint the area that is going to be seen. So if anything is covered by the paint itself, then you don't have to paint in this area right here. So they painted the base body, and then they go through and just paint where you'll see the coat or the cape, but through his arms. And finally, you flip it over, and you have a finished cell. So then after that, you use these little registers, you put it down, and this, of course, before you're coloring in the computer, you had to take pictures of it. So you'd lay all your cells down on top of each other underneath this giant camera that looked down, and you start taking a picture of it. And then you remove the next cell, or move the cell and for the next one, take a picture. You have to do this for every single frame you draw of animation. And you lay it on top of the background layer. That's usually been hand-painted on like cardstock or a thicker sheet. Finally, after you take all those pictures, you put it into the editor, you edit all the cells together and make it move, and then you have your finished animation color. So it's a lot of processes. Unfortunately, there's different departments for that. It still follows the same route, but now with digital, all you got to do is make a new layer inside the program and just fill with a bucket, essentially. So it's like way easier now. But this was the original process of how you create animation. Now, the thing about animation cells is that they're one of a kind because they're for that specific scene and that specific scene only. So if you get an animation cell, you literally have a one-of-a-kind piece of artwork that you probably won't be able to get anywhere else unless you get the pencil sketch. So becoming a collector of animation cells has become a big thing. And once all the cells are taken up from scenes, you can't get those back. There's no scenes left. There's no copies of that. Now there's like reproductions of cells that have been done, but cells is slowly becoming a lost art because it's not necessary anymore. It's one, too expensive, and it's just an old way of doing things. But when you can find a cell from an old cartoon, like Disney ones cost a lot of money. But in fact, a lot of times, a lot of the ones from Snow White and some Sleeping Beauty ones are lost because back in the day, it was so expensive for the paint and the cellulite that Disney actually put them in water and diluted them and got rid of the paint on the old cells from like Sleeping Beauty and Snow White so they could reuse them for other movies because at the time they didn't have a lot of money. So yeah, exactly, Darcy. So, and then I think the same thing was done for backgrounds too. So there's a story of a Sleeping Beauty background, beautiful, beautiful hand-painted background, a long pan shot from the movie. I think it's when she's dancing in the forest. They thought that was lost. They thought all the Sleeping Beauty art was lost. Then one day, I think back in the 90s or maybe even early 2000s, an archivist went into the Disney archives and just pulled out a drawer. And sitting there in paint thinner was still, because the paint was so thick, the paint was still there. And it was still somewhat preserved. So immediately he saw it and saw it and pulled it out. They dried it off, and it's one of the few remaining background paintings from that era of Disney, and it's preserved in the archives now. But yeah, they had saved it, but the paint was so thick on it that the thinner hadn't thinned it out for I think 50 years. So they went back, retouched it up, remastered it essentially, and they have it in their archives now. But yeah, back in the day, I mean, you can't find those cells, so we've lost some original artwork of those classic animated movies. So if you can find a cell and get your hands on a cell, you got a piece of history right there. And so that brings us to the end to the animation trivia segment. So now it's time, I have to end the stream. I want to thank you all for being here as I clash our music. It's been a fantastic run, and I want to give a big shout out to Wacom Experience Center. Thank you so much for this opportunity to allow me to be part of this and to help out and just get to draw with everyone. It's been super exciting, and I've loved seeing you all. Thank you for joining us for our dance sessions, for sticking it out and with this trivia, and then also doing doing our illustration. I hope all of you are having a wonderful St. Paddy's Day and a wonderful week, and I hope you all get to finish out this week strong. So thank you for being here, and thank you for this opportunity and giving me this opportunity to be with all of you on this channel. I really appreciate it. And if all of you have a chance to, I stream every Thursdays I call them Todd Thursdays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so West Coast in the US. And what I'm doing currently is something called Chat Collab, where y'all tell me how to design characters. Right now, we're working towards building our own comic. We're going to draw a comic live that you all are going to have input on the story, and I'm going to draw it for you. And we're finishing up our 2 characters right now. We finished our 2 characters, our heroines, and we were just finishing up our villain. So if you come by, you can help have input in our polls and tell me how to design this villain. That way you can feel like you've contributed to that. So come join us. It'll be this Thursday and every other Thursday for Todd Thursdays at 7 p.m. And with that, I want to thank everyone. This has been really exciting. This is really epic and I love it. So thank you everyone for this stream and for being here. Y'all make this stream what it is. And thank you. Have a wonderful week if I don't see you.